So you will say, why should I deduct TDS even if I am buying an immovable property more than 50 lakh? Why should I deduct TDS even if I am paying rent more than 50,000 per month? What will happen if I don't deduct? So if you don't deduct, there are various interest and penalties which are liable to you. So if you don't deduct, then you have to pay 1% per month interest on the amount of TDS from the date when you were supposed to deduct till the date you deducted and paid. Or let's say if you have deducted the TDS but you have not paid to the credit of central government. That's the bigger problem, that you have deducted but you have not paid. That means you kept it with yourself. Then you're liable to pay the interest at 1.5% per month from the date you deducted the TDS till the date you actually paid it to the credit of central government. Apart from these interest, you are also liable to pay penalties. So there is a penalty under section 234E of rupees 200 per day. So you are liable to pay 200 per day from the day you were supposed to file form 26QB or 26QC, whatever is the due date, which is 30 days from the end of the day which is on which TDS was deducted. From the due date, you are liable to pay penalty of 200 to the date on which you actually file 26QB and 26QC, whatever it is respectively. Also, there is one more penalty under section 271H. This penalty is actually at the discretion of assessing officer. So the assessing officer may levy this penalty if you have not deducted TDS on time. The minimum amount of penalty is 10,000 and the maximum amount of penalty may go to 1 lakh rupees. But if you have paid the TDS with late fee and penalty and submitted the statement within 1 year of the time allowed, then generally this penalty is not levied by the assessing officer.